Hello and welcome to Redefining the Significance of You Time for You, by you, because of you. My name is Denise Drinkwalter, and I'm an empowerment life coach supporting women around the globe to lean into and realize the importance of you. The goal of this channel is to provide you, the viewer, with some takeaways that will help you shift, change, reevaluate, or become aware of what is possible for you. We have a variety of incredible guests who will be sharing their life experiences that have helped them become the beautiful human beings that they are today. Every one of us, sometime in our lives, have had that infamous free time, feel frequently guilty or embarrassed or just wrong for taking out time for ourselves. And we are absolutely here to change that and support you to see what is possible when you take the time for you, by you, because of you. It is such a privilege and an honor to introduce Linda Mallard to our show today. Linda is a true expert in the field of holistic well-being and personal transformation. With over 2 decades of dedicated experience, Linda has journeyed from coaching gymnastics at the age of 12, becoming a seasoned mentor and guide in the realm of body, mind, and spirit integration. At the tender age of 18, Linda was already spearheading a gymnastics club, managing over 300 gymnasts, and crafting innovative programs and events. In her 20s, she transitioned seamlessly into the corporate world, orchestrating health and wellness programs for major corporations. Fast forward to 23 years ago, when she opened up a wellness center, a beacon of Pilates, wellness, and rehabilitation excellence, earning accolades such as the Small Business of the Year Award and recognition as a peacemaker for facilitating a transformative cultural exchange. However, Linda's expertise extends beyond the physical realm. Over the past decade, she has delved into hypnotherapy, energy medicine, and remote healing, expanding her arsenal of certifications and knowledge. For Linda, the holistic triad of body, mind, and spirit isn't just a concept, it's a living philosophy. Yet what truly sets her apart is her life experience. A mother of 3, Linda has navigated the challenges of motherhood, marriage, separation, and loss of a spouse. Linda intimately understands the ever-changing dance of life and how it intertwines with well-being, passion, and family resilience. With 23 years of dedicated practice, Linda has personally impacted over 5,000 lives, leaving an indelible mark on countless individuals. Her mission is clear: to liberate people from their struggles and pain, empowering them to embrace the life they deserve, knowing that everything they desire is within reach. Through a powerful array of tools, including RTT, hypnotherapy, energy medicine, and instant awareness shifting techniques, Linda guides her clients towards self-realization, helping them uncover their innate worthiness and boundless possibilities that are waiting for them. In a world where holistic transformation is the goal, Linda stands as a beacon of light, leading individuals towards a life filled with freedom, empowerment, and the unwavering belief that they are enough. With Linda by their side, clients embark on a journey of self-discovery and self-love, ready to seize every opportunity and manifest their dreams. Oh my gosh. That is, I'm reading it and I'm like, oh, this is so good. Oh,
Oh,
what
thank
a
you.
beautiful thing, a beautiful gift that you have, Linda. And I'm so honored to have you on our show today. I really, really am.
Thank you. It's an honor to be here and a distinct pleasure to be in conversation with you, Denise. And I so respect the work that you're doing with working with women in middle-aged and women with adult children and all the things that we navigate through our lifetime, and it's all the first time, we've never done this before, we've never done that. And how do we do it powerfully in a way that we feel strong and we still stay connected to who we are at our essence? So just really admiring your work and the impact you're making in the community as well.
Well, I think that's why we came together, is because we have an incredible crossover in terms of how we see things that can happen, and all from within. It's just the fact that we don't realize what we have at our fingertips, which is even deeper than the fingertips, obviously, when you talk mind, body, and spirit, right?
Yes.
But it's how in the world do you assist your clients to move from the external, thinking that they have to do everything for everybody else, and they'll get to themselves eventually. I'll do it, I promise, Denise. And you're like, we know that that's not the case. How do we help women in particular shift those ideals of, if I don't help everybody else, nobody else will? And if I don't do that, then I haven't done everything I'm supposed to do, right?
Yeah. What a great question. And it's certainly a place that a lot of women as natural caregivers and nurturers are dealing with. And if we don't take the time to take care of ourselves and keep ourselves healthy and strong, then we're really giving from an empty pot. And so what I teach in my work is that when we really fill ourselves up energetically, is that we're actually giving from the overflow of energy. So rather than giving and giving and being exhausted and even being resentful because we get so depleted, is that we're giving from the overflow of the energy that we have. So there is some ease and grace and sort of giving from that place of the divine, because we are infinite energy. Everything is energy. And when we stay connected to who we are at our essence and really live and be in our body and appreciate and care for this temple, that we can give in a sense infinitely. And without this exhaustion, that we can give and still have time and energy left over for us and what we want to do in our life, because we're here on this journey as well.
I love what you're saying. The power that exists when you tap into and fill, so it becomes overflowing. I'm sure there's people in the audience who would be going, wow, that sounds incredible, but where do I begin? Because I don't even know what a cup is, let alone having it overflow, right? Because my cup is always empty. How on earth is this even possible for me? Is there a place to start? Is there any general things you could share with the audience just to get that seed planted?
Absolutely. Well, the first phase is knowing that you're worth it, knowing that you are worthy and that you are enough, and that caring for yourself is going to allow you to give more to others. And when we come to that space that we know that this is really important, that then we can start to take care of ourselves. And it is that selfishness, which is actually a positive word, and we've made it a negative word. And so we ask, what matters to you? What is it that is important? And we connect to their health and their well-being, and vitality is definitely important, especially when we are a mom. Maybe we're also a caregiver of our own parents. Coming back into the self and into our body with breath work, it can be really simple and it doesn't have to take much time. Even in the mornings before I get out of bed, I tell my clients, I want you to start the day high. And they're like, what? Start the day high? Well, it's breathing. It's taking some time before you even get out of bed to really breathe. We call it breathing through the central channel, breathing from above down into the feet and breathing up through the feet into the belly, really nurturing yourself with your breath, because breath is you. You are the breath. Without breath, we're not here. So when we really connect to the breath and allow that energy flow through our body, that in itself is a beautiful start to the day. And even a little 5-minute routine when you stand up and integrate that breath into your body and ground, you're starting the day in from a place of being grounded. And then we give some gratitude and some appreciation to anything beautiful that you appreciate, to the fact the sun is shining and the flowers are there, and that I woke up today, and that I have this opportunity in today. So that sort of mindset. And then I talk about little peace points throughout the day. If you love a cup of tea, having that little peace points in the day, doing some movement, going for a walk with a friend, things that fill your cup that, again, don't have to take a lot of time. They actually give you more time back. I don't know if you've ever felt tired before exercising, and you do maybe even just a little bit of something, you actually get that time back in energy twofold. So little techniques of breathing and appreciation and grounding and doing a few little peace points throughout the day that really just bring you back home to you, that you don't lose yourself in the process of caring for others.
Beautiful. It's so in alignment. Like what you're talking about, I'm smiling inside and out, because what you're talking about is it doesn't have to take an hour and a half. They are simple things. You breathe anyway. You are here. Your breath is important. Focus on it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when you are doing these things, you are doing them for you, by you, because of you. It's not external. It's all about you. And I love how you're saying it's not selfish. Selfishness is needed. It is a necessity. It is not a bad thing. And I get that question a lot. I shouldn't take time. That's selfish. And I said, absolutely. It is selfish, but in a good way. It's not like you're cutting everybody else off from the world. You're taking 5 minutes of your time.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
I
love that.
Yeah, I see that a lot with caregivers of either an aging spouse, a spouse who has got Alzheimer's or dementia, or parents, that they can be so absorbed in caring for the other that then their immune system and their resiliency and their feeling of, am I enjoying my life, can really be impacted. And so I see the difference between people that set some structures and support in place, right? This is, we are a wolf pack. It is so true when we say it takes a village, that, who is your support system? I focus on caring for the caregiver, and because the patient is getting a lot of care, but who's caring for the caregiver, and make sure that these structures are in place, that someone's helping you and supporting you. And asking for help is so empowering. That space of, I actually need some support here. And, there's this space of giving and receiving, and giving and receiving. And when we breathe in, we are receiving. When we exhale, we're giving. And we inhale and receive, and exhale, we give. And this is what actually elevates human consciousness and awareness and energy, is that we are receiving and giving. And it's a cycle that happens. And I think we can get caught up in giving, and forget how to receive. But the receiving is just as empowering and nurturing, and it helps others to help, because people want to help you. And so it gives them that space to be a support and feel good that they actually have something that they can do to support.
I'm going to tap into that, because I think that is an area where, in particular, my clients that I support find the struggle is to let other people help them so that they can be the best that they can be. And it almost becomes that guilt. Well, I should be able to do all of it and more. I used to be able to. What's wrong with me now? But what you're saying is, when you ask for support and get support and reach out to get support, it helps the other people, because then they're like, okay, I can help mom. I can help my friend. I can help my sister. She's letting me help, and that makes me feel good. So you fill their cup up by asking them to help you to be your best in all ways, including for yourself.
And that elevates the vibration level. And an example that's similar and a bit removed is when the Ukrainian war broke out. I sought out to find a Ukrainian Pilates teacher for one of my businesses and to bring her here. At the start of the war, people were very upset. They would come into the business and they were really, truly, I don't know what to do. How can we help? They felt really helpless. And when I found this young woman that I could bring into Canada, and brought my community together and said, listen, she's coming. How can we help her? Within 3 days, we raised $10,000. People bought her a bike. We found a homestay. And the energy level in the business as people came in felt that I can do something to help this was phenomenal. So we turned something that people felt very heavy and didn't know what to do, and they were sad and the vibration was low, to we can help. Right. And we're going to meet this person. So that giving and receiving and asking for support and bringing that village in is going to level everybody up. And that's what we want, is to live at that higher level of vibration where life flows and life works.
Love that. Life flows and life works because your vibration level is higher and the things that are more challenging don't hit the same way. Would that be true?
Yes, we don't splat as hard. So one of the things we do with our breath work and clearing the energy systems and the opening the chakra system in the body is that we're doing what we call building circuits. So when we're building circuits, it's like something happens, and if we don't have the circuitry to manage it, we splat. And it can take a while to kind of bring ourselves up. But as we connect to the selves and bring ourselves into the body and really breathe into the belly and feel into the body what it is trying to tell us, because the wisdom is here, it's not up here. You know, a lot of us think our mind is running the show, but if we can listen to the body and be in the speaking and understanding what is it trying to tell me, then when something happens, we actually can take it to the body and listen to the wisdom and the guidance that it gives us so that we don't splat. And we have these tools that we can manage. Okay, so this is something that's come up now. I guess we're going to have to learn how to manage this so that we don't have knee-jerk reactions, right? We don't take people out at the knees. We don't get upset, that we actually can pause, take that breath and take it to the body and listen, what is it my body is telling me? Is it something to go move forward to? Do I go this way or that way? This feels good. I'll go this way. And so then we're really guided by our higher power, by the fact that most of us think we are seeking enlightenment, but when we're connected to our source, we are actually enlightenment, and that is our true guide. And so bringing it into the body and the breathing is so very important to knowing our next direction and not getting taken out by some of the challenges. Like I used to wish for fewer problems, and I realized I actually needed more skills to deal with that.
Isn't it interesting how you switch your way of, wait a minute, what is this really telling me?
Yes.
Instead of I can't handle anymore. It's like, why is this coming at me? I need to get curious to understand a deeper meaning behind what's going on for me right now.
Yes. And that what you brought up is so important, Denise. It's that we talk about living on the front side versus the back side of the model, in that the back side of the model is, why is this happening to me? Why is this going on? And he did this, she did that. And if they only did it differently, then something would have come different. This is when we start living in our head. So when we catch ourselves doing that, this sort of, this perpetual it's like, no, come back into the body, belly breathe, anchor your feet down into the earth, right? This is why we feel so good when we go out into nature, just walk barefoot in the grass, is because the pace of nature is slow to medium. And it's like, slow down, come back into the body, take some breaths, feel into the body, hug into what feels tight. That will open up and diffuse. And now we can actually say, okay, now how are we going to best manage this? So that we're coming from, our place of come from is from, I am in creatorship. I am in charge of how my life goes, not out there. Many people think that the world out there has more impact on them than in here, but we are creators. We are in charge. And this is why when we do self-care and we stay in our body and we allow ourselves to sleep and we eat good food and we really take care of ourselves the way we care for others, there's actually more to give. I know that old, like, put your mask on first thing. It's a long old one, but it's so true.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So, how do we engage in a self-care practice, like live a life that we love now that
Mm.
our children are older, or maybe we're in that sandwich generation you were referring to where there's caregivers. Like, how do we begin? How do we begin to discover who we are again? What are some
Mm.
things that you think are vital for our audience to understand in that?
Beautiful, beautiful. And that is so common in this age group of, my kids are now growing, my last one is graduating, and they're like, I don't even know what I want.
Yeah.
I just never even asked myself. So when I say, well, what do you want now that you have this time, and they're like, I don't even know. So we look at what lights us up. What's interesting for us? What do we tend to gravitate to do? Maybe we love reading. Maybe we love animals. Maybe we really enjoy taking care of our elder parents, and we would like to provide more of that into care homes. So starting with what do you actually enjoy doing? What helps you feel good? And when we're doing things that have us feel good, our body tells us that by relaxing. Sometimes we just get a warmth in there.
Mm,
So coming into alignment with who we are at our deepest essence is the direction we go in. When we feel resistance, or it's like, oh, I don't want to go and do that, or I've got this job and I knew I had to get a part-time job, but I really don't want, that would be backside of the model thinking. Front side
right.
of the model thinking is really coming into what makes me feel good. And then just start there
Yep.
and ask some questions. Talk to people that are doing that, and see where it takes you. But that feeling good in the body, and what
Mhm.
excites you, what lights you up.
I love what you're saying. I think it's so key that we don't, when we live life through here, we are shortchanging ourselves left, right, and center.
Yeah.
So the work that you do is so empowering, and I want to share for those who have been watching or in watching the replay. Please make sure you check the show notes because the way to contact Linda is in there. She has a website called intentionallife.ca, and you can also find her in her Facebook, and I think it's linda.mallard3 if I remember
Just
correctly.
my name, Linda Mallard 3.
Oh,
Yeah. No
okay.
dot.
Yeah. Okay, perfect.
One
Okay.
long word.
It's like mine, Denise Drinkwalter. It's like,
Yeah.
what? You can just type in our names and find us. Absolutely. Linda, we could go on forever. I absolutely love the work that you do. The world has been gifted by all of the things you have accomplished throughout your lifetime. And I know that you are continuing to do all kinds of things. You haven't put pause or stop on your learning. I know that. And I really appreciate your time today. And please reach out, find Linda, have a conversation, connect with her, check out her website. It is super powerful. And thank you to everybody who's been able to watch. And please, if there are any questions, just respond to us and we will get back to you as soon as possible. If you are not yet subscribed to this YouTube channel, do so because every week I have an incredible guest. And I can't wait till Tuesdays roll around, I have to tell you. Thank you, Linda, for being here. I appreciate. Is there anything you want to say in departing that you want to give our guests, one seed of thought that you want to share with them?
You are enough. You are worthy. And everything you want is available to you. Yes.
Beautiful.
Thank you. It was such a pleasure being here with you, Denise. Thank you for bringing us together and taking the time to have this conversation where people can up-level their life and to live a life they love living. We are all deserving of that.
Thank you, Linda. Have a great night, everybody.
Thank you.